evening, everybody, and welcome. God, my hair is a bit all over the place. Sorry, I should have looked in the mirror before starting. Hi, how's it going? Welcome to your Easter Monday installment of SPTV Live. I'm Apostate Alex, for those who don't know me, and I've been a busy boy this weekend. If you haven't already checked out my live stream from yesterday, please do so. The Daily Mail released an article today all about the corruption of East Grinstead Town Council and Scientology's involvement there. We'll talk a little bit more about that shortly, but let's get into the main topic today, which is Tom Cruise and his wonderful private jet. I've been following Tom Cruise and his jets, Grant Cardone, John Travolta, bunch of other senior Scientologists that we know use private travel, private jets, and so on, because David Miscavige was due to show up in the UK in November for the IES event, IES being International Association of Scientologists. Back in November, so I was monitoring Tom Cruise's jets and a bunch of other people to try and see if we can figure out when Miscavige is arriving in the UK, and I've kept an eye on these jets ever since. And today I've noticed a few movements which indicate what I think shows that David Miscavige is currently here in the UK and he himself will be opening the Paris Org this weekend. Now, it is speculation. I don't have any proof that Miscavige is here, but I'm going to go through why I think it's the case. Now, a little bit of context, first and foremost. Mike Rinder, who is the former spokesperson for the Church of Scientology International, he put an article up on his blog the other day. I'm just trying to find it, about the Paris Org here. Will Miscavige dare set foot in France? Now, he references the blog post I put out on Scientology Business, my website, and he talks here about whether Miscavige himself will be in attendance this weekend. And Mike Rinder says, my prediction is that he will not. He fears the French government and that they might seize the opportunity to arrest him. Remember what happened when Heber Jensch went to Spain and he ended up in prison. Miscavige didn't open the Moscow Ideal Org either. And he talks a little bit about the history of Scientology in France. Now, to give you the quick rundown, Scientology is seen as a sect, it is a cult in France. It has been convicted of fraud not once, but twice in France. Although there are no currently outstanding charges against Miscavige that I'm aware of in France, they certainly don't look kindly on Miscavige and on Scientology. So Mike Rinder, having known David Miscavige personally, made the assessment that Miscavige likely wouldn't risk going to France. And I would be more inclined to agree with him, considering I never knew Miscavige and Mike Rinder did. Mike Rinder has traveled with Miscavige and used to run and work at these big international events. He knows better than me what Miscavige is like and what he's likely to do in his travel plans. However, I'm not sure if Mike is 100% correct in his estimation this time around, and the only reason I think that is because of these helicopter and jet movements, and I might be completely wrong. We will find out on Saturday when I will be in Paris covering the live event, but let's talk through here what I think is the case and why. This is the blog post I put out. There's a link in the description. Scientologybusiness.com is my blog. And the headline here, Tom Cruise's private jet and helicopter make mysterious movements around the UK. So we talk a little bit about the background, as I just did there, and then we start looking at the actual movements themselves. So let me share my screen. Now, Tom Cruise has a number of jets and a helicopter, and he's been in the UK for some time. His helicopter's been darting around the place in the UK. He's clearly filming something at the moment at Longcross Studios because he's going back and forth there quite a lot. He has a number of jets, and I've been following them for some time. And the reason I'm following his jet particularly is because we know that Miscavige has used Tom Cruise's jet before to travel. And on the 30th of March, which was Saturday, Tom Cruise's jet randomly made a short trip from Biggin Hill across the English Channel over to Paris and back again. Now, let's just look at which airport exactly it is. It is Le Bourget, which is the closest airport to the new Ideal Org, which is in Saint Denis. So you can see here, I don't know if you can see my mouse, but right in the center here is the airport. And just here is Saint Denis. You see this little round bit here is the Stade de France, which is literally a couple of roads away from the org. So it is here that the new org is going to be, and it is this airport that the plane flew in and out of. So on Saturday, Tom Cruise's jet definitely made a trip over to Paris. He flew from Biggin Hill, which is the private airport I anticipated he would use most. It is closest to St. Hill, and it is a private airport. And it is also just around the corner from Tom Cruise's fancy new mansion, which he bought a few years ago in Biggin Hill itself, actually. So we know for a fact that Tom Cruise's jet went to Paris. So what? I mean, timing, maybe he went over to check out the org before it opened, but I don't see a world in which Tom Cruise would go and check out the new org a week before it opens without Miscavige. I can only see that happening with Miscavige, or the alternative, which I think is more likely, which is Miscavige used Tom Cruise's jet to go to Paris. Tom Cruise didn't accompany him. He went on his own, and Miscavige went to go check out the org and came back. The reason I think he came back is because of the helicopter movements the next day. So this is Tom Cruise's helicopter movements. We can see it here. So Red Hill Aerodrome is where his helicopter is kept most of the time. Like I said, I've been following these movements for the last couple of months. And let's look at the legs here. So, leg number one took off from Red Hill and flew into London, landed at Battersea heliport. Okay, fine, nothing too extraordinary about that. The next leg, he went from Battersea heliport all along the Thames, right down to what we see here is St. Hill, which is the headquarters of the Church of Scientology UK. I'm trying to find it on the map here. I've lost my bearings. East Grinstead. Here we go. For some reason, the leg is split here. This is St. Hill. That's the castle. So he flew from Battersea. He took the scenic route along the Thames through London. It looks like a sightseeing tour. I mean, he could have gone a way different way that would have been much quicker and easier. But whoever was with him in the helicopter, he wanted to show London and do a nice little sightseeing tour, and then went straight down to St. Hill. Now, this is the first time Tom Cruise has been to St. Hill in his helicopter since November when the IS event happened. And again, this leads me to believe that he was with Miscavige because he took the scenic tour of London to show him London. I know he's been here before, but still he will want to see a nice view of London you don't get to see elsewhere. And then went to St. Hill. The next leg, as we can see, leg 3, he then went back to London again, taking the scenic sightseeing tour. This time he didn't stop in Battersea. He went all the way up and along and around down to Longcross Studios, which is where he is filming at the moment. So again, I think Miscavige was with him because he could have gone a much quicker route, as you can see here, from St. Hill over to Longcross Studios, but instead he's gone up to London and done the sightseeing tour. So I think again he was with Miscavige. He then went to show Miscavige Longcross Studios, where he's currently filming. Then the next leg, he went from Longcross Studios across to Richmond Golf Club. Now, we know that Miscavige and Cruise like to play golf together, and he landed his chopper on the golf course, was there for a couple of hours, at which point the chopper went all the way back to its home in Red Hill Aerodrome, which is where Tom Cruise keeps his chopper. So that's why I think that Miscavige is in the UK right now, and Tom Cruise has been flying him around, because Tom Cruise wouldn't have taken a scenic route twice. He wouldn't have gone to Hill and then also gone to play a spot of golf at Richmond Golf Club if he wasn't with a guest he was trying to impress. And considering the only the day before to Paris, I think this is an indicator Miscavige is here in the UK. Now, why is this important? I think it's important for two reasons. One, that means he's more likely, I believe, to open the org on Saturday. And two, that means that the OSA people down at St. Hill are not going to be having a very good day today at all, because the Daily Mail article went out. Now, the Daily Mail article was hidden behind a paywall, completely understandable. They wanted to do that. It was a feature double page spread. In fact, I've got it. I grab it here. This is today's Daily Mail. And if we open it up, there's this lovely double page spread on Scientology, which I've been working on with the journalist for 3 or 4 months. I read it out on my live stream yesterday, so go and check it out if you haven't already. There's also a link to a free site where you can read it without having to pay for it. Now, I don't know the total number of paywall subscribers the Daily Mail has online, but the print newspaper has over 1 million readers every single day, and the website gets 800 million views every month. So even if 1% of its readers are paid up members to read the paid articles on dailymail.com, that's 8 million people. So it's millions of people would have seen this article today. So it would have been a major flap. I've actually seen the response that Janet Laveau, the managing director of the Church of Scientology, had sent the Daily Mail in response to the article, and it does say some funny things about me. I can't share it just yet because of legal reasons. We are fully expecting some further legal battles to be launched by Scientology against myself and the Daily Mail in the next couple of weeks. Who knows? So I can't share it with you just yet, but I will as soon as I can. I have been working behind the scenes with the Daily Mail on getting this article through for months, and I'm so glad it's finally out. But the fact that David Miscavige, I believe, is in the UK means OSA are going to be under extraordinary pressure to confront and shatter the suppression that is me, Apostate Alex, which just makes the whole thing a whole lot more hilarious in my view. Now, one thing to note is this weekend, Saturday, I will be in Paris. If Miscavige is there or whether he's not, doesn't matter. I'll be there. I will be filming, live streaming. I'll be protesting. Someone contacted me just the other day to say that they have formally requested permission to hold a protest, a demonstration outside the org. I don't know if they've requested a road closure, but an official demonstration declaration has been made. It looks like we're going to have a good little turnout. So hopefully you guys join me on the live stream on Saturday. I don't know what time it's going to be just yet, but I will be there. I will be live streaming. And of course, we'll be doing a Q&A and so on before and afterwards. Anyone in Europe that's watching this that wants to join, please do come and join us in Paris on Saturday. We're going to have a right laugh. It's going to be good fun. I wanted to show you a little bit more about Tom Cruise's jet before we start wrapping up. This is the jet in question. It is a Honda Civic jet, not Civic, that's a car, Honda Jet Elite. It's a tiny little jet. It's got like 4 seats in it. This is the article that I quoted in the Scientology Business that showed it's about $5 million. It can take 8 passengers, sorry, not 4. And Tom Cruise bought his one in 2019. So lovely little jet. And if I share my screen on this tab, you can see this picture is not a picture of Tom Cruise's jet itself, but it's a picture of the interior of that type of jet. So it's very likely Tom Cruise's looks the same, if not very similar. It's luxury. It's beautiful. I don't blame him for wanting to send David Miscavige in this jet rather than the easy jet plane that us mere mortals will be traveling on to go to Paris. And here's a picture just to show you of Tom Cruise in his chopper historically in the UK. So that's the news. Let's get through to some of these questions just very quickly. Danielle Chamberlain question, what are these sponsorships? And the sponsorship is the memberships. I don't know why Stream Elements is saying it's sponsorship. I don't know what the wording is like. It's a new thing, but it's memberships. If you are a channel member, Stream Elements will say sponsor rather than member. So sorry for the confusion, Danielle. I hope that may... but it's an auto posting thing that happens. Okie dokie, let's have a look. Brian Lucas from A Poet, how's it going? Good evening. Thank you for joining. Mrs. J here has posted a link to the Daily Mail article. Thank you very much. I gifted 5 memberships earlier. So, yes, if you want to support the channel, you can do so by buying a coffee using the link down below, because YouTube take 30% of all of the earnings from super chats and memberships and that sort of thing. Buy me a coffee is the best way of doing it. But thank you for those of you who are supporting through memberships. Kay, how's it going? So lovely to see you. Thank you for the super chat. Just a note to say you're amazing. Thank you, Kay, and you also are amazing. And I'm looking forward to catching up with you very, very soon. It's been a while. Juliana Bittencourt, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. It's very kind of you. And welcome to those of you who are new members. You now have officially PTS badges and stickers and emojis and all that sort of stuff in the comments. So please make use of those. Wannabe Trucker 74, Janet should just escape the cult. No good can happen for her. Yes, and as much as Janet has labeled me a bigot and has said some very mean and nasty things about me in the past, if she called me and said I need help leaving, I would be there in a heartbeat to pick her up, because that's what we do. We help each other, and we want to help people escape and leave, because Scientology makes you a different person to who you actually are. So, you know, she'll be forgiven. If she wants to leave, we'll be there to help her. Okay, thank you so much, guys. I'm just checking if I haven't missed anything. If you want to support the channel, please do buy me a coffee, press like, comment, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. I wanted to keep this brief. Just a quick update. Go and read the article on scientologybusiness.com. The link is down below, and you can see why I think Miscavige is currently in the UK and why I think he's going to open the org on Saturday. Whether or not Tom Cruise will be there, I don't know. But I will certainly be there shouting from the top of my voice. I'll come up with some nice French quip. Dianétique, c'est le pas le technique, or something like that. I'll find something funny to say. But nonetheless, I'll keep you guys in the loop. I've got a very busy week ahead of me. I will try and fit in live streams as much as I can. And as always, I'm on war footing and I'm not fucking about.